Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick video of an Electrolux dryer issue. If it's shooting off, I think the code was E64. Basically, there's a bunch of different answers of what this is. I've seen several of the same answer, but I got this dryer and I decided to go ahead and see what the code actually was. It is usually the heating element, and that's what the case with this one was. I just got done putting the heating element back in it, but here's the old heating element, and I'll show you how it comes apart. But here's the old heating element, and normally it's together. I pulled the screws out so you can see what's going on here. And you can see this piece of it is burned up. But this is a 3-stage heating element, where most heating elements on most regular dryers, especially the type that have the filter that come out the top, are 1 stage. They're just coming on and off to determine the heat. So on low heat, they would just come on for a little while, then turn back off quickly, where high heat, they'd be on for a longer period of time and turn off at a higher temperature, and that's how they control the temperature. This is 3 stages, so it's got this one, this one, and this one. Back on focus. It's got hair and junk all over it, and I'm guessing that's the ground. That's how that's working. But if one's out, which is really weird, and most people would, especially me, when I'm talking to someone on the phone, they're telling me that the dryer is still getting hot. Probably 95% of the dryers out there, if the dryer is still getting hot, it's not the heating element, and it's not several other things. But with this one, it's weird. Electrolux has the multi-stage, so these two were still working. It was still getting hot, but at some point it will stop and do that code, that E64 code. And I guess I did see some people say that it wasn't getting hot at all, so that probably means that it burned up in a point that maybe over here it burned up all 3 or something happened. But it appears what the issue is it's getting slightly warm and warping. Actually, I haven't bit this. This is the way it was when I opened it up. The whole thing starts warping a little bit and eventually touches the wall. And when it touches the wall of this, it just grounds it out and arcs and burns the wire up. And actually, when I opened it up, 3 pieces of it fell out. They were just burned up with it, so it probably all touched the wall at once as it heated up and warped. It's just a bad design for a heating element, honestly. Heating elements don't go out very often. Usually it's other things. Could be the thermal fuse pops or something else, or there's a lot of lint buildup or something building up in the hose so that there's not enough airflow and the heating element will burn up. With this design, that was just a bad design. But I was at the house that I pulled it out from. It was not stopped up. And I see a lot of people with very new, especially this dryer is one of the cases, very new, not very old dryers with heating elements that are burning up. But if you like the dryer and you want to fix the dryer, you got to take the back off. So there'll be a couple screws here. I already have all the screws out of it because I just replaced this. A couple screws here, a couple screws here, and then the top comes off. Alright, now the top's off. Lean that against the wall. And then there's going to be screws, one here, one on the opposite side, and then all the way around, and then I think one there and one there as well. And then you're going to have to take your, obviously you're going to have to unplug it, but you're also going to take the cord off because it's very hard to fish it through because it's going to be coming through the bottom. So go ahead and take the cord off when you're doing this. It'll make it a lot easier. And you're going to pull the back off. So that's fairly simple. The next thing you have to do is you got to get this cover loose, which there's 3 screws, pretty obvious, from the inside of the dryer. 3 of them. Right there. Undo those 3 screws. From there, that will loosen this plate right here up. You undo this wire. It looks like it's just going for grounding, but it's got a nice little quick release, which is kind of handy. Past that, here comes the hard part. What I figured out, if you put something in front of the machine, so you're for sure not going to mess up the door, and lean it onto it, this will make your job a million times easier. And you see this screw right here, you got to release that screw. So you got to take this screw off. After you have that off, that's the heating element. You see the tube. And I got this heating element on eBay. But there's a couple different choices. It wasn't that bad. I found a couple different people offer it for different prices. I think I ended up paying a little less than $40 for it. But you're going to undo that screw, and then you got to undo these 2 feet screws. So you're going to take that foot off that holds up the heating element and that foot off, and then you can slowly scooch the heating element out of there and kind of plop it sideways a little bit, and then from there you can unscrew the screws and pull them all out, the 3 wires on that side. Actually, I think it's all stick on, so you can actually, this is just stab on as well, so you can pull all those off pretty easy after that. And then it's pretty much reverse order to put everything back together. Nothing too terribly complicated. Let's see, I'll show you what the part number is that I looked up to find this guy, which is probably the same for most of these. There it goes. 1347927. Stick that in eBay. Alright, and that's it. We're going to go in reverse order, put it all back together, and you're done, and you should be up and going again. But definitely, if you discover the heating element's slightly burned up, it's probably going to be the heating element. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and it really helps out the channel. Thanks, guys. Quick note at the end, guys, I did pay $34.14 for that heating element. I looked it up on eBay, and if it's not your heating element that's actually burned up, it could be the fuse that's connected to that heating element, so give that a check. Thanks for watching.